Hey, what's up? It's your design systems nerd, Mark Reynolds, and I'm going to show you some cool stuff you can do in Knapsack. So we're going to start off with tokens. So your design decisions, your design tokens, you can often see them or find them in multiple places. So you might have them in Figma, you might have them in a code repository, or even multiple code repositories. And Knapsack has a great token management system. So what we're going to do is do some import, export, and show you what it's like in Knapsack. So what you can see in front of you is the public demo. I've created a branch called CS Video Series here, and we're going to come back to this once I've had a little play in Figma and basically get some tokens from Figma. So if we jump over to Figma here, you can see that I have the community file that we've created. So the Figma community file, Knapsack token starter kit, available in the community. We're going to use this file, and we're going to grab a couple of colors, and we're going to create a token set and import it into Knapsack. So I'm not going to do things in any special way. I'm not going to create any aliases, etc. I'm just going to keep it super simple. So I'm going to create a new set in the Token Studio for Figma plugin. By the way, if you just click on this little icon up here, you can find it under plugins, or you can right click, go to plugins, and it will be there if you have it installed and ready to go. So I'm going to click on this new set. I'm just going to say Knapsack starter set. So let's just call it Knapsack starter. And in Knapsack starter, I'm going to go to colors. And I know I need to put this under a group called color. So I'm going to put that as my first kind of folder, prefix if you like. I'm going to use decimals. You can use forward slashes. Token Studio for Figma will change that to decimals for you anyway. So color, and then what I'm going to do is color and then test. So I'm going to put it in a subgroup called test, and then I'm going to do color primary. I'm going to grab the hex value of the color purple 400, so 583 D97, and I'm going to add just sort of 3 of these. So again, it's under color and the subfolder test. I'm going to use the color red 400, so we're going to do secondary. No, let's do color secondary. Let's do that. Much better. And the hex value is E3 C51, and we're going to do another one here. So we do color tertiary, there you go. And then the hex value, we're going to steal the color green 300 hex value here, BCE1D1. Okay, I'm going to create that, and we've got our test colors. So if we quickly flick to the JSON tab, you can see color, test, and then we've got primary, secondary, and tertiary. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to flip over to Knapsack. In the top left, we've got our tokens and management tab. I'm going to move my little widget out of the way for a sec, and you've got, say, your color tokens here. So this is the UI for color tokens, for all your tokens, in fact, and you can see that you've got your name, the value, and the ID. So we're going to go to the left-hand panel, the More Actions button at the bottom, and we're going to import tokens. The format that we are going to import is the Token Studio for Figma format, and then we've got to follow these steps, which are 3 steps. Export out a single file, expand all the token types, and then copy the output from the preview field and paste below. Alright, cool. Go back to Figma, we go to Tools, Export to File. We don't need the parent key, so that Knapsack starter, we'll get rid of that because we know that we're importing it into a already put together structure. Do the expand options, all of those as requested by Knapsack. And then what we'll do is we will just copy what's in the preview, go back to Knapsack, paste it into our JSON input field, move the little widget back, toggle merge instead of overwriting tokens, so it will merge with what we already have, which is great because we've set it up to do so. Import those tokens. It says design token successfully merged, perfect. And then again, I'll just move the widget back over this side, and under color we will be able to find test. And under test, exactly as you saw in Figma, we've got the color primary, secondary and tertiary as the names, we've got those hex values, and we've got the IDs that we also put in. So just a quick one, you can click on each one of these and change the name, you can change the type and the values itself here, nice and easy, and it's as simple as this. And this is actually manipulating your code base. So this is actual code in your code base. So the single source of truth is actually here, sat in Knapsack, and you can import and export from Figma, and it works absolutely brilliantly. So one thing I am going to quickly show you is that feature. So what I am actually going to do is export tokens for Figma. It will export all the tokens, not just the color ones. But if I do that, we get this file here. So I'm just going to open up this file, and I know that's in downloads, so I'm going to keep that there for a second. I'm going to pop back over to Figma and the Token Studio for Figma plugin. I'm going to grab the tools drop down, and I'm going to load a file. I'm going to choose a file, which is the one I just downloaded from Knapsack. Open that up, and there you go. Perfectly put into the Token Studio for Figma plugin. So that's what I've got for you today. It's a very short and sweet and powerful tool and feature in Knapsack to manage your tokens. So I will catch you next time.